We're going to spend the next 40 minutes initially just giving you an overview about the embedded analytics solution that Tableau offers. And then we'll get into a live demo. Hopefully, demo lords and the demo powers will work for us, and network will work, and we'll be able to give you a live demo.
I must confess, Harveen, I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm just praying that the demo gods are nice to you. Let's see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. All right. Before we get started, wrong screen. There we go. All right. Forward-looking statement. Please make purchasing decisions based on products and features that are already in market today. Thank you. Most importantly, thank you for being here today. We know this is an important conference for the developers. We know that there are many sessions that are available today. Thank you for making the time for us, and we would love your feedback towards the end of this session. So before we get started, Mahesh, how about we introduce ourselves?
Absolutely.
Right?
Let's do it.
And what better way to introduce ourselves than to talk about our tenure, our experience, what we do at Tableau, and pets, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. My name is Harveen Kathuria. I'm a Senior Director of Product. I lead the Tableau Analytics, Tableau Public teams at Tableau, have been in the industry for over 15 years now, with Tableau specifically and Salesforce for 5.5 years. Outside of work, I am a mom of 13-year-old twins, very opinionated 13-year-old twins, and 4 babies. And these 4 babies are over 75 pounds, but they consider themselves to be lap dogs. Mahesh, how about you?
Right. Thank you, Harveen. Firstly, thank you, everyone, for joining us here. I completely echo Harveen's sentiment. I understand we have a lot of sessions that you can get to. There's a lot of information being dumped at you. So thank you again for being here. So I'm Mahesh Singareddy. I'm Director of Engineering at Tableau. I've been with Tableau for 2.5 years now, been in the industry for 15 years now. And I see myself as a nerd who likes playing with tech and learning tech and solving business problems. Lately, I've been solving data problems at Tableau, and it's been loads of fun. Outside of work, I'm a proud father of an 11-year-old. I don't have any pets yet. Harveen, I must confess, I envy you for your 4 babies out there. But very soon, I will be a pup parent, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to be hitting you up with a lot of pup parenting questions. So be ready for that.
Absolutely. I'm very well experienced at this point.
I can see that.
All right. Let's get started. Let's be honest. Data has become part of our daily lives. Whether as a mom, I'm looking at stats on a daily basis of the phone usage by my twins, or I am looking at product usage as a product manager at Salesforce. It's become part of my daily habit. With AI, in this era, data is becoming more and more important. Companies are gathering and collecting more and more data. We have an opportunity here of really helping the workforce make data-driven decisions. As per research, only 30% of the workforce today are enabled with data skills and tools to help them with data decision making. We have a huge opportunity ahead of us. With embedded analytics, you can bring data insights to more and more users within your organizations. Now, while this data is being collected, many of us use this data internally. But there's a huge opportunity when you start sharing your data externally, and possibly even monetize that. One way of sharing data externally is by embedding analytics into the applications that you build for your end user. This will not only help the end user make better data-driven decisions, like we talked about, but will help you add more customer value, increase customer satisfaction and retention. At the same time, helps with new customer acquisition. Another way of sharing data externally is by sharing it within your ecosystem. your partners, your suppliers. When they have access to the data that you look at, it can help them make better decisions for you. You can become more efficient, your processes can be improved, and this is all about the ecosystem coming together and making better data decisions. When you're choosing a solution, especially in an embedded solution, it is critical that you find a solution that fits well within your infrastructure. Tableau offers a fully hosted Tableau Cloud solution and a self-hosted Tableau on-prem solution. Additionally, we have hundreds of connectors that are available, as well as connector SDK, such that you as developers can build connectors. Secure access to data is key, and we enable that. Last, but most importantly, with our embedding API, our web components and more, we make it easy for developers to simply add different analytics solutions, insights within their applications. So enough of the talking. How about now we do an actual demo? What do you think, Mahesh?
Sounds good. I love demos.
All right, so for this, sorry, I got this.
You got it.
With respect to the demo, for this demo, how about, Mahesh, I wear my developer hat for a few minutes?
Sure.
All right? Let's assume I'm a developer at Cumulus Bank, all right? And I am an analyst who's transitioning into being a developer. I've heard a lot about embedded analytics that has been offered by Tableau, and I want to know more. Where do I get started?
Great question, Harveen. So you can practically embed Tableau in any platform or application of your choice, thanks to our extensive embedding API, which offers a lot of flexibility. Now, with our new developer playground, it's easier than ever to actually go learn about our embedding API, try it out in a live interactive environment, and actually generate exportable code that you can start using in an application, which I'm going to show you in a minute here.
Sounds great.
All right, let's get off the slides and get into the real world. All right, let's continue our role play. Let's say you and I are developers at Cumulus Bank, and we want to start building analytics and serving personalized analytics for our customers. Now, let's say we already have some of our pre-built analytics hosted in our Tableau Cloud instance. So let's say, for example, I have this accounts overview page, which is useful for my customers. Now, in theory, some of my customers can come in and sign into a Tableau Cloud portal and access these analytics. However, I don't think we need to have them to swivel chair between Tableau Cloud and any other platform that they're working on day in and day out. Instead, what we want to do is we want to serve them best-in-class personalized analytics right in the context of any platform that they're working on. And for that, Embedding Dev Playground is a Kickstarter.
So tell me a little bit about this embedding developer playground that you're talking about.
All right.
What does that playground
I'll just
really
talk
help
about
with?
it. I'm going to show you that right
Okay.
here. So you can just search up for Embedding Developer Playground, and you should find it on the internet and access it from the Salesforce developer portal. So on the Dev Playground, like I mentioned, it's a live interactive learning environment. On the left side here, you have some information and access to some hooks where you can plug in the visualizations that you want to work with. And at the bottom here, we have what our connected app tech, which is our trusted platform enabler. So with connected apps, you can define secrets from our Tableau Cloud and actually create a seamless single sign-on experience. So for the purpose of this session, I've pre-populated some of the secrets from the Tableau Cloud site, which I was just showing you earlier, which is the site hosting the analytics for our Cumulus Bank customers. So now, let me show you how easy it is to take this viz and actually wire it up in our Dev Playground.
Just to summarize, what you're showing here right now is a Tableau Cloud instance.
Correct.
Where we have an existing dashboard. And if any of the users were to access, right? So for Cumulus Bank, if there is an end user, the only way today, potentially in our fake environment and fake situation, is that they would have to have some kind of a Tableau Cloud license, or they wouldn't be able to access any analytics on their Cumulus Bank website as such, because nothing is embedded there. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
So the problem that we're trying to solve here is that on the Cumulus Bank website, if as an end user, I want to look at analytics or data about my account, it can be easy with embedded analytics.
That's correct. So embedding allows you to kind of extend that functionality into another app and also extend it to the users beyond who might have this actual license, the specific license that we're talking about.
Sounds great.
So let's get started. So to wire up this particular Wiz into our embedding developer playground, all we need with the connected app setup is the URL to access the view, which I can access by clicking this share button on the top right. And I have an option to copy the link to the view. So I copy the link here, and let me go back to the developer playground. And all I need to do is plug in the URL and click. Oops. There you go. See, I did manage to piss off one of the demagogues out there.
It's all good.
Yep.
So while we're waiting for that, what Mahesh is showing on this display here is a free tool that we offer for our developers, which is called as the Developer Playground. You can easily access Developer Playground from our Salesforce developer site. There's an easy access point to that. And you can try on your own the Developer Playground and learn.
All right, that's great. So I do have another instance of the embedding playground where I have the right secrets. So as you can see, all I needed was to plug in the URL. And with the right secrets defined, I'm able to load the Wiz in the dev playground. As you notice, there is a JavaScript and HTML section at the bottom of the page, which actually generated the relevant HTML and JavaScript code. And this is where embedding playground becomes powerful. So going back to your original question, if you're a new analyst training developer and you're trying to get started, Dev Playground gives you the boilerplate code to help you get started. And this code is exportable and is ready to be used in live applications and environments.
All right. Show it to me.
All right. Let's do it. Let's take it to the next level, right? So I have this Wiz. I have the boilerplate code. Let's say I want to embed this particular visualization in my banking portal. Now, I'm in the process of building a banking portal for my customers that's built on Node.js. So I want to start leveraging the Wiz and moving them into the portal. So let me show you how easy it is to do that. Let's quickly go to the source code of the app. So this is some lightweight source code for the app, which is on Glitch, which is a community IDE. So let's give it a minute to load. So as you can see, it has a bunch of HTML pages with some JavaScript. And let's say we want to wire up the accounts overview Wiz on the home page for this app, which is in index.html. So let's go to that page. And I'll show you how quickly we can wire up the Wiz itself. So I have created a placeholder here on the page, which I'll show you in a minute. There you go. I have a placeholder on a section. And all I need to do to actually wire up the Wiz is go take the HTML and copy it over into the index file. And then also, I will take the JavaScript and wire it up into the. Let me prettify the JavaScript and see how it does. All right, there you go.
That's
As
fantastic.
you can see, the Wiz is now actually in the banking portal. And all of this has happened with me not having to write any extra lines of code. All of it is boilerplate code that embedding dev playground is already giving you.
This is great. So we talked a lot about customization and personalization. How do we go about doing that? So for example, on this Cumulus Bank website, I want a different view. Right now, I believe the data that you're showing is split by month. I want to have a quarterly view. How would I go about doing that?
Right. So the idea of the way the embedding playground and overall embedding API becomes more powerful is we don't want to just serve static views to our customers. We want to make it more interactive. So and embedding API provides a lot of hooks. So going back to your question, Harveen, let's see how we can change the display of these visualizations. Let's first start in the embedding dev playground, right? So on the playground, on the left panel, if you see, you have a lot of options to customize the display and interact and add interactions. So let's say I have one of the customizations that you can quickly look at is I have a toolbar at the bottom, and I can easily change where the toolbar shows. So for example, I might just hide it, and as you see, the toolbar is hidden. And one thing to keep an eye out is as I'm interacting with the playground, the underlying HTML is changing. So we're regenerating the code every time. So let's go back to changing the display. So if I go to the add interaction section, I have several options, one of which is to change the parameters here. So this is what I want to be able to use to change the display parameter. So to start using that, all I need to do is take the tile, drag, and drop. As you see, once I drag and drop, it generates the JavaScript that's needed to perform that action. And let's quickly look at the JavaScript that generated. It's basically a function that's allowing us to change the parameter value, and it passes in the field and the value. So in this case, I have defaulted to update the show by field and set it to the set it by quarter. So it's not just generating code. It will also give you a way to test the code. So let's quickly test that. All we need to do is once we pull in the right tile or pill, we just click run and see how the Viz interacts with that code generated. There you go.
Nice.
Now let's take this line of code and actually wire it up in the app. If you go back to the app, you notice that I have buttons already styled in the original theme of the application. And I can quickly wire these up to actually interact with the Viz that I just embedded. So let's go to the JavaScript code. So I already have event handlers here where I can set the display by quarter or by month. So all I need to do is wire up the generated JavaScript code in the corresponding areas. So I have an event handler to set this on a monthly basis. I'm going to flip that to month. Let's quickly test this out. I'm going to prettify the JavaScript. And there you go. So now the existing buttons in the app are actually interacting with the Viz.
Now, as we're talking about theming and styling, what if I want to change, support for custom themes, I want to have some, custom styles? Is that possible with what we have today?
Yes. So one of the features supported in the embedding playground is the ability to actually directly dig into the data and author the Viz, which will allow us to change how the Viz displays. So, and to do that is just as easy. So let me go back to the dev playground and show you how you can do that. All right. So I have another Viz here that we can use for exploration. And to actually generate the code to author a Viz, all we need to do is look at this embed type and flip it from the Viz mode to authoring mode. And once I do that, as you notice, there is new HTML that is getting generated, and we have the Viz in the authoring mode, where we can start authoring the Viz and changing and customizing the Viz. In a lot of cases, we want to customize the Viz to meet the styling of the actual portal that we are embedding the Viz into. So this is a great use case for that.
So in the Cumulus Bank scenario, where the end user is really a bank customer, for them logging into the portal and looking at the Tableau's data exploration experience may not be the right experience, but looking at embedded insights on their page would be the right experience for them. Right. That being said, with our embedding APIs, you can do both. If there is a need for enabling that data exploration experience that is unique to Tableau for your end user, you can absolutely do that. If it's more about embedding a dashboard or a visualization or even a pulse metric, that is also possible with our embedded APIs. Did I?
That's correct.
Okay.
So there's one more thing here. It's the interactivity and customization that we've talked about. Another key capability that we like to support for our customers is the ability to personalize the Viz experience based on the user information. So let me show you an example there. So let's say for my same Cumulus Bank customers, I have another Viz of this map where they can find the locations of the branch that are nearest to them. Right? That information is different for different users based on their locations. Now, to use something like this and personalize this viz in an embedded experience, Tableau supports, the embedding API supports what we call user attribute functions. So let me show you quickly how we use that. So I'll take this viz and wire it up in the dev playground so that we can start interacting with it. So this is similar to the last step, right? All I need to do is the right URL, and there you go. The viz is embedded in the playground for me to work with. Now, to plug in user-specific information, if you scroll to the bottom of the left panel, there is a capability that we refer to as user attribute functions. And this is a place where you can ingest user-specific information. So for the purpose of this example, let's say we want the map to be filtered based on where a particular customer is residing. And the attribute for that, in this case, for this viz is state. And if I want to test this out, let me pass in a different value for the state. Let's say my customer lives in Nevada, and I pass in the user attribute functions and click run, and there you go. The map kind of zoomed itself to Nevada. That's one simple example where I've passed in a very simple attribute. And this is also very easy to wire up in the app itself. So let's go back to the app quickly. So in my app, I have created an option to where I want to be able, where the customer goes in and kind of starts searching for the branches, right? And I've kind of put in all that source code in this branches.html. So let me quickly show you how straightforward it is to wire this up. I'll find the placeholder for the viz here. Let me go back and start with the HTML. I'll plug in the HTML here. And then I'll go back to the viz and take the JavaScript. And I'll plug in the JavaScript here. Now, that's one step. Now, remember, here we want to pass in the user information in addition to just embedding the viz. So let me quickly show you how we do that. So if you look at the boilerplate JavaScript, there is a particular line of code here where we set the token for the viz. In order to pass in the user information, we just need to make a minor update here. Instead of using windows.token, we use this function getJot, which passes in the underlying token from the app. And this is a placeholder where we can pass user information. So in this case, I've added some sample code here in the app where I'm setting the state attribute based on the user. So for example, let's say a customer Lola is residing in Nevada, and I have another customer, Kate, who's residing in Washington. So the state is the variable here in its simplest form, which contains the user information. And all I need to do is pass in that information to the viz. And let's quickly test it out. All right, let me log out and log in as Lola, who we know resides in Nevada. Let's see if the wire up worked. There you go. So based on the user, the viz is interacting differently. So let's quickly run the other test case, right? Kate.
So this is immensely powerful, right? Personalization. This is one example where we're using the location or map visualization for specific analytics based on who the user is. But there is a lot we could potentially do in terms of personalization with our APIs.
Correct.
Is that accurate?
Correct. Because what I'm showing you is a very simple example of passing in one piece of information related to the user. But that state bag can accommodate complex structures of information, which we can use to personalize the experience the way we want our customers to have.
Okay. That's great. Now, one more question. So the developer playground is definitely something that somebody like I would use, right? Who's transitioning from becoming more of a developer and learning to do that. What about experienced developers? Like, what kind of tools do they need to use?
So the developer playground is mainly kind of a hook into our embedding API. So the intent there is to make it easier for new data engineers and data developers to get started and kickstart the process. So once we do that, we can switch back to our embedding API and actually leverage all the capabilities from the embedding API and build on top of the code that we are already generating from the dev playground. So dev playground is not the end state. It's just your Kickstarter, and you can take it and extend it as a developer, however you choose to do so.
Okay, it's good to know. Now let's assume I am also, this is great, this is more about third-party applications and embedding analytics into that. What if I want to embed some of my Tableau dashboards into my Salesforce CRM solutions? How do I go about doing that?
Sure, that's a great question. As you know, Harveen, we love our Salesforce developers, and we always want to make things easier for them. So what we've done is we've taken this approach, and we've created a Lightning Web Component for our Salesforce developers. Using the Tableau Lightning Web Component, you can practically embed all of the same business that we've worked with so far into a Salesforce portal. I can quickly show you how to do that. So let's continue that same example, right? Let's say we are building a service portal for our same Cumulus Bank customers in Salesforce. Now we want to start using some of the visitors that we've built and in the Tableau cloud into our Salesforce experience. With the Lightning Web Component for Tableau, it's easier than ever, which I shall show you in a minute. All you need to do is go edit the page. And once you're in edit mode in your Lightning app builder, you can look up for Tableau components. Here we have Tableau view, which I'm going to use here. So let me actually once I have the Tableau view into the edit mode, there are two key pieces of information that we need to wire this up. One is the URL for the actual view, and the second is the site ID. So before we get into this, we need to do some pre-setup in the org where we establish connected apps, trusted relationship, just like we did in our custom app. But once we do that, so let's go back and use the same viz that we worked with earlier, right? So the accounts overview viz. And in the accounts overview viz, if you again go back to the share button, you have these two pieces of information. One is the site ID, which we need in the Salesforce portal. I copy the site ID and I plug it in. And then the second is the URL, which is also available here. I'll copy the URL and I'll update the URL here. And another key thing to do is check this default authentication token option, because that will actually create and respect that trusted relationship. That's it, as you can see.
And so the trusted relationship, if I understood you right, is all through the connected apps?
Correct. Through that establishes the connection between the Tableau cloud, where this viz is hosted, and this portal. So all I need to do is click save, and let's see if the change worked. Let's go back to the service portal. And there you go. So all it took was a couple of clicks and less than 3 minutes of time to wire up an existing viz into the Salesforce portal.
That was a simple drag and drop as I saw it, so that was easy to do. I know before this visualization, you had embedded a public dashboard. So Tableau Public is our free product that is available. You can simply go to Tableau Public, sign up, and start using our web authoring experience for data exploration. That is by our community, and again, if that is, you get inspired by all the work that our data fam and our community is doing as well. So from what I understood, I can embed my public visualization or something that is internal on Tableau Cloud, and with connected apps, the authorization is taken care of.
That's correct. Yep.
All right, this is great. Anything else that you have to share with the group today?
So you just mentioned data fam. I want to talk about data fam a little more. So our data fam is the heart of the entire Tableau community here, and we have Tableau developer programs, which is an opportunity for anyone interested to come join our developer program and be part of our data fam. And by being part of this program, you get a chance to work with all the other data devs who are passionate about making data reachable to the common community and leverage all the learning resources that we have. We have several learning programs, we do hackathons, and there is a lot of support from the data community that you can kind of be part of and you can kind of contribute to.
So as a new developer in this journey, I just don't start and I'm lost, but it's more about I can join the data fam community and I can learn from the community and share some of my learnings with the data fam myself. So that's good to hear. One more question for you. Now, there are a lot of out-of-box capabilities that are offered by Tableau Embedded Analytics in general, or Tableau in general. What if I want something that is not available out of the box? What are my options?
I'm sorry, Harveen, but I'm going to sound like a broken record. Again, thanks to our amazing data fam and their contributions, we have an extensibility marketplace called Tableau Exchange, which you can search up. So Tableau Exchange is the hub for all the components that are available as extensions that are built by Tableau, as well as our trusted partners and data fam. And here you can find over 400 offerings spanning across different industries and different types of analytics. And remember, all of these are built by industry experts. So for anybody who's trying to go figure out what is available out of the box, this gives them that great head start with all the pre-built offerings with easy-to-use guides. And one important call-out that I want to make here is we completely understand that data security and integrity are paramount to our developers as well as our customers. So all the offerings on our exchange are built with governance in mind. So if you're using them, you know exactly how your data is getting used and where it's getting used.
How about App Exchange? So this is great that Tableau has their own exchange marketplace as such, but Tableau connectors and some of the accelerators are also available on the App Exchange now as we're bringing the two marketplaces together. So that's an easy starting point for you all as well. All right, I'm going to take off my developer hat now. Thank you so much, Mahesh, for the demo and educating me and the rest of the audience about what's available, what's not with Tableau Embedded Analytics. Please join the data fam. Please join the data dev. This is your way of really understanding more about embedded analytics, the developer capabilities that we offer, and engaging with the rest of the community. Like I mentioned, our community is our key differentiator. Just like you all are trailblazers, we are trailblazers. Tableau also has data fam. It's all about learning and growing from each other, and growing as such and learning from each other. All right, next slide. Next steps, we do have a demo booth available. Please take a few minutes to go there, learn more about embedded analytics, ask one-on-one questions with people at the demo booth. Mahesh and I are going to be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you have any specific questions for us, we're happy to answer those. Like I said, do join the Data Fam program. There's nothing like it. I can assure you about that. Thank you. Thank you for being here, genuinely. Thank you for making the time for us, and we hope you found this session to be useful and hope you got some key takeaways that you'll go with today. We truly appreciate your feedback, so please do scan the QR code, send us your feedback, and like Mahesh and I said, we are here for a few more minutes to answer any questions. I guess, Mahesh, you and I totally believe in this, go tell more data stories, get more people with data skills, and of course, bring more data insights to more users and in more organizations. That's our goal. Mahesh?
All right, yeah, one final thought. So if the demo and the information that we had shared here piqued your interest, please do check out 2 more sessions that we have tomorrow, where our friends from Tableau are going to be demonstrating how you can integrate AI-powered solutions into your data exploration journey. And again, thank you for being here. We really appreciate your time. I personally believe that the whole point of building these visualizations is not just to display best-in-class visualizations. It's all about telling compelling data stories. And I believe with Tableau, we can really get out there, tell compelling data stories, and inspire change and drive decisions with data.